Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina coladas.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the 3-time sexiest man in Millington, Johnny Hardin.
Yo, 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 how does it do out there? Welcome in to a little bit of Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. And you know what, man? I'll tell you something. I'm feeling good. You know why? Because I've been enjoying the last little bit of 2019 as we, can you believe it, wind down the end of this year. And we get ready for 2020. Get ready for 2020. Yeah, you heard me say that correctly. New decade en route. Coming real fast. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve. Rocking and firing. But you know what? We're on the radio today and we got games on right now as we speak. Believe it or not. Oh, yeah. You got games on. Games on. I also got the playoff football lines personally from Tunica. I love showing you, by the way, all you people who can see us on the television. And what I'm trying to say is you can watch us on that YouTube, baby, the Periscope, the Instagram, the Twitter, Facebook. Just hit us up. Check us out at Sports 56 WHBQ on all those. You can message us. We love talking with you. And plus, the original at 67129. You can always hit us up at 67129. You know I'm in the Family Leisure Studio where family and fun come together. Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, just north of I-40. And you know one thing. It's the after Christmas sale. It's the real deal Holyfield. Get out there, get your cash, and go make your house look super dope. You know what I'm saying? Sis is super dope. Now, speaking of super dope, how was that football? I bet my man who's kind of hanging out with me today, Gabe's not with me. I got my buddy Drew Barrett in the house. By the way, you know I'm at Johnny_radio. You know Drew Barrett's at
D Barrett 36.
That's right. D Barrett 36. It's really that simple. Hit us up all day long, all day strong, and we will talk a lot of first and foremost, I'm going to talk I'll mention some stuff that's going to, about college football. We all know what's going on. We got Clemson and LSU. LSU is a 6-point favorite right now. The total is 70. We also know the scoop and score BS that happened to Ohio State, which shouldn't have happened. Clemson shouldn't even be advancing, but Clemson did have one advantage. They had this guy named Brett Venerable, and they had Dabo Swinney. And guess what? When Ohio State came out there and physically beat them in the face and was just more talented, Clemson went out there and made this thing called adjustments. And you could tell Ryan Day and his staff were not even on the same level as the two coaches who make buku amounts of bucks for Clemson and earned every single penny because the adjustments are what helped Clemson win the game. The coaches were the difference. Trevor Lawrence, ATN, ballers. All these guys played great. But Ohio State, they had more yards, more first downs. They were better. They had the lead. They let it go. And then also, I have to say this. They still, in my opinion, had the worst. Like when you go to replay, I hate replay now. I just want us to throw it out. And if we want to have a conversation, I'm going to tell you something. We're not going to 8. Those who say go to 8, don't even say another word to me. I don't want to hear that. You can't get 4 good teams every year in the playoffs. You just can't do it. It doesn't happen. If you don't realize, do you know what the margin of victory is? I haven't done the math since this year's bowl games, but do you know going into this year's semifinal what the margin of victory was going into the semifinal?
I'm going to guess on average it's about 21-25, somewhere around that.
25.3 points to be exact. 25.3 points to be exact. And then we had LSU who won by 35. And we had Clemson who won in the closest semifinal game in college football history since they've gone to this. Do you realize that? Clemson and Ohio State is the closest game they've ever had. 6-point margin. First time it's ever happened. Average margin going into this weekend, going into Saturday's games on December 28th, it was 25.3. You had Florida State, who got beat by Oregon 59-20. That's a 39-point loss. Oregon slapped Florida State like a bad habit. You also, that year was the only time it was less than a 10-point game. And it's the only year it now has beaten. It's the year Ohio State beat Alabama 42-35. Margin of victory closest ever, 7 points. Then you had Clemson, who dropped Oklahoma 37-17. That's another 20 points. You had Alabama drop Michigan State 38-0, 38 points. You had Clemson, who, they just went and smacked Ohio State 31-0. So that's another 31-point margin of victory. And don't forget, Alabama could have scored a lot more. They were merciful. 24-7 was the final in 2016 when they beat Washington, and they won by 17. So the margin of victory, and as much as 25.3, we got the closest game ever in a 6, but we also have, you would think, the largest margin of victory ever in a semifinal game with the way Joe Burrow played, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, just in that first half. I mean, 7 touchdowns. I think he only had three incompletions.
It's
just
the third
greatest first half performance I've ever seen.
I looked it up and I thought for sure this was going to be the largest margin of victory in the history of the sport. I'm like, there's no way, man. This is it. They absolutely smoked these guys like a Christmas tree. They won by 35. Joe Burrow threw 7 touchdown passes and ran for 1. Do you realize that? He threw 7 touchdown passes, and he ran for an 8th. I do got to say to somebody last week who I kind of went in a little bit of spat, and they were like, hey, Bengals got to take Joe Burrow. Chase Young, forget about it. Joe Burrow is going to be great. And I'm like, Joe Burrow didn't start over Dwayne Haskins or J.T. Barrett. He was completed 56% of his passes. Now he's completed 76. I know Oklahoma's defense looked bad. Bengals take him. I won't say anything.
I mean, how can you? I mean, after that performance, and I'd like to know I think there was 4 people that left Joe Burrow off of their Heisman.
They're idiots, but he still had the largest
Heisman
margin of victory at the Heisman, even though they had those 3 idiots. What was it, 3 idiots?
I think it was 3 or 4.
It was
I'd
4.
love to hear their explanation behind it today after that incredible performance.
But really quick, before I get over to the National Football League, and then I'm going to talk college football with Terry TD. I got Straight No Chaser with my man Drew Barrett's going to ask me 3 questions at 2 o'clock. I got Hardin because it feels so good. I'm going to keep you posted on what's going on in the world of sports, all that good stuff. I got lines all over the place. I got basketball lines, football lines, national championship lines. You need it, I got it. And we got football at 3 o'clock with Louisville playing. Oh, let's get it on. Yeah. Mississippi State. Louisville, Mississippi State. Louisville, Mississippi State. And guess what? We also have Illinois and California at 3 o'clock as well. Yep, that's right. Illy and Cali. Illinois and California, Mississippi State and Louisville, Music City Bowl, which is in Nashville. And then you have my peeps are out at, can you believe they're out in Santa Clara, California, other side of the country. So going on at the same time. And then tonight you have the, Virginia versus Florida. Do you know what the line is on that one?
I haven't looked at it. I'm gonna guess Florida is probably a 15-point favorite.
Cool. You're a half a point off. 14.5-point line. I was like, yee. They don't look. This year's Capital One Orange Bowl is not going to be. They're thinking too thrilling, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what's going on in the world of college football. We also have, again, I got to mention this. Again, people are also crazy because a couple people hit me up and think the fact that LSU is a 6-point favorite over Clemson, that, let me put my house on Clemson. Are you kidding me? Did you see the way they beat Ohio State? Yeah, I saw them, and they came back. They were also down, and if the scoop and score was called the correct way, and by the way, All's what happened this weekend with instant replay with that catch. Those, I saw, was it unequivocally, it was 3 steps.
Yes.
I mean, the fourth step to me is right when he gets hit and
Well,
the
you're only
ball
supposed
starts.
to. You only have to take
That's what I'm
two.
saying, dude. Dude, if that wasn't a catch, I will kiss your keister. Do you know what I'm saying? And for them, there was something who didn't make a football move because he was running in a straight line, like he caught it and was what? How many?
I don't
So
understand
if
it.
you catch the ball and you're running and you just like fall down and the ball gets knocked down and you didn't make a football move and you just went like and you acted crazy, like dude, some of the arguments I've heard make no sense. Clemson people just shut up and say thank you that the football gods because y'all have won and listen, y'all are this is Clemson is great. Clemson and I mean Alabama was looked at, as a team of the decade. Clemson wins against LSU. Watch out. Dabo might take that sucker right there at the end of the decade from my man Nick. And by the way, that's the question I want to know. If Clemson does pull it off, if LSU wins, is Alabama the team of the decade? If Clemson wins, is Dabo Swinney and Clemson the team of the decade?
I think it'd be tough due to the fact that I think Clemson would end the decade with 3. Alabama would end the decade with 3 as well. So it's really just kind of what your preference is. I think there's arguments for both sides, but I think you got to give it to Clemson due to the fact that Alabama did miss the playoff this year. So Clemson has been in the playoff, I believe, every year since it started. So with that being the major factor of college football nowadays, then I'd say Clemson gets it if they win it all.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to give you my reason for what I think, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about all that good stuff. And I'm going to wait just a minute. Very good explanation for Drew. I'll tell you whether his history is correct or not. But first and foremost, I want to give you an opportunity at 67129. That's 67129 to do me one huge, huge favor. And that is, what is it? Tell me what you think. And I want to know, what do you think about the 2009 BCS when Alabama got that bad boy? Then you had the Auburn. It's an Alabama team, but it's not Alabama. It's Auburn. You had Alabama winning 11. You had Alabama winning 12. You had Alabama winning 15. You had Alabama winning 17. You have Clemson championships in 18. Clemson championships in 16. So you know what that means, right?
Alabama would have 4 and Clemson 3
Oh,
if they won.
correct.
I think I forgot 10.
No, it's okay. No. 10 was Auburn. That's what I'm saying. You would have to like 2009 is Alabama. Like it would trump it because if you carry it over, which I don't think you do. But what I'm saying is you got 11, 12, you have 15 and 17. So that's 4 championships in the decade. You know what I mean? 11, 12, 15, 17, 4 you can't take away. Clemson has 16, 17. They could win and end 19. You see what I'm saying? And they would have 3. But I still think they would be right behind. And I know that the end of the decade, you're going to remember you know what I'm saying? And if Clemson goes back to back and Alabama only went back to back once in 2011 and 2012, so going back to back is very difficult. And that is impressive. So I think like Clemson could make at least an argument that maybe going into 2020, into this next decade, that maybe Dabo and Nick are fighting for, basically to reign superior in the next decade, or who's the real deal Holyfield. I mean, if you go back and look a little bit farther from when Nick Saban took over the program, though, like I said, that 2009 first championship, that's a big one. And it's right there too. You know what I'm saying? So, Nick's got, 2009, 11, he's got 12. He's got 15. He's got 17. He's got 5 at Alabama. Don't forget about LSU. So my man's done a great job of coaching. I think Dabo is not taking over his title by any means, but it is amazing how fast perception of what people like, how quickly Nick can be seen as, wait a second, he had Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Hurts he got rid of, and he made the college football playoff. Tua brought him up in that championship, and it's just kind of funny, kind of like listening to some people how they're like questioning Nick Saban, who Let's just remember this is the very first year that Alabama has not made it to the college football Final Four.
And another good argument for the Alabama case being the team of the decade is just the fact of the conference that they play in. I mean, you look
That's
at
where I was
the
going next.
SEC.
If LSU wins, doesn't it kind of say
It helps them,
bam,
and then
because
Auburn
you have
won.
Auburn in
won. I mean, there hasn't
2010.
been another ACC team even in the playoff,
Well,
let
Florida
alone
State
close.
had
Or
won-
Florida
They
State,
won in 2013.
but not as far as like the playoff era that we are in. They have had such dominance over it that when your conference only has 2 champions in 2 years compared to 3 in the SEC, that just makes your conference look better and gives a better case for Alabama.
I mean, think about it. This is just another thing to say. We talk about, Alabama. Nick's got 5 since 2009. Basically 4 in the last decade if we don't count 2009. But remember, Auburn won in 2010. The SEC, the dominance, because you have to remember, you have only 2 from the 2 teams, 3 championships currently out of the ACC. Big Ten, guess how many championships they have? Ohio State has 1 championship. Ohio State won in 2014 in the last decade. By the way, do you know how many from the Big 12? Do you know how many? You know how many? Do you know how many? 0. Do you know how many? How many from where? That thing way out left is called the Pac. What do they call themselves now? They still. I'm just joking.
Still the Pac-12.
I'm playing. Do you know that the Pac-12 has not won the national championship in this decade?
I don't think they've won it, or they haven't won anything since USC.
Yep,
And I mean, that was
2004.
forever ago. I mean, I was like 10 years old at the time.
2004. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And by the way, the Big 12 has to go back to just 2005. Only, the Pac 12 and the Big 12, man, 2004, 2005. Because after that, listening to the dominance of the rest of like the SEC, you have 2006, Florida, SEC, LSU in 2007, SEC, 2008, Florida, SEC, 2009, Alabama, SEC, 2010. Auburn, SEC, 11, SEC, Alabama, 12, Alabama, SEC. You had 7 consecutive years where an SEC team won the national championship. And guess what? You got 9 out of the last 11? It's not bad, man. And LSU could get another one. SEC dominance is the real deal, Holyfield. So that's why LSU is a 6-point favorite over Clemson. And again, I will say, without that scoop and score, Ohio State does win the game, and we are watching Ohio State play LSU. But Joe Burrow left no doubt in anybody's mind if he wasn't the right Heisman Trophy winner, if he wasn't the right dude for the job at LSU. And by the way, he also might have said to people like John Hardin, no, Joe Burrow, you're the number 1 draft pick in the NFL draft, because, man, I didn't listen. I knew Oklahoma's defense stunk, and I said that they were going to score a lot. But it's just, when you're as perfect as he literally has been a few times this year, and then you go out in a championship game like that, and you go 29 of 39 for 493 yards and 7 dead gum touchdowns, I just got to say, damn.
I mean, I don't care if you're playing against the school of the blind. Throwing 7 touchdowns for over 490 yards is incredible.
Oklahoma, and yes, they had a horrible man. But by the way, man, a lot of people at Ole Miss have got to be looking at Jefferson and saying, man, why'd y'all, you know what I'm saying? Dude, man, I wish we still had him. But there's just a lot of things that you look at this LSU team and you say, in all honesty, it was amazing. But the one thing about this LSU team that I still haven't been able to wrap my head around, and I'm wishing them, I'm praying for them, I'm praying for, Steve Ensminger, and I know everybody and their grandmother knows about the plane crash. I honestly don't know how in the heck he went out there and coached that ball game. And again, I'm very, very just impressed with handling it, and everybody would handle things differently. And It's just it's so sad, is it not? Like I didn't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I got like I straight up when that story started coming out, and you hear about it, I f- I was like, this can't be real. This is like a nightmare. I mean, it's the end of the year. We just had Christmas. We're getting ready for New Year's. Everybody is celebrating. It's festive. Hanukkah's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's having a good time. And everybody is getting ready. I mean, that was the day of the Cotton Bowl. Tiger fans were going banana sandwiches. By the way, the Cotton Bowl was so big. It's so hard for me to talk about, by the way, in all honesty. But I do want to say I was so proud of the entire team, and I'm so proud of just this Memphis just everything that they've done. Hold your head extremely high. Memphis, you made me really, really proud. You went out and played Penn State like a bunch of dead gum men, and you should be extremely proud. But I hate going from that to this right before the break, but I have to say, Steve, um, I mean, I don't even know. By the way, if you don't know who Steve Ensminger is, he's the offensive coordinator for the LSU Tigers. We talked about Joe Brady a whole lot this year, who came over. Steve was man enough to let a young kid come from New Orleans to implement this pass attack, help educate him. He helped educate Brady with all the knowledge that he's learned. He did such a great job, and it was so impressive just the maturity that he showed. And you're like, man, what I heard people say, well, he's paid a great salary, blah blah blah. Again, you find out why he was such a mature person, and such a great person because Carly McCord is his daughter-in-law. She's a 30-year-old TV journalist. She perished Saturday morning in that plane crash. She was en route to the very place that you know the family was at. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know what to say. It's just, and then the fact that it just the whole family. I can't say anything, but I hope everybody out there prays for them, for their family, for Carly McCord, rest in peace. For Junior, for Steve, for everybody. This is just a really, really sad and very tough situation, and it breaks my heart. And before I do jump off this real quick, it says Bill wants to talk on college football real quick. What's up, Bill?
What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, wild man?
Clemson's giving that money away, man. Clemson's giving that money away.
Man, they sure did, didn't they?
It was close. It was tight, but I held that experience proved to be the big factor at the end. Everybody winding up them little calls. Ohio State came out in that game. I thought they came out, in my opinion, just playing dirty, in my opinion. Some of those plays, that infamous cornerback, I mean, he was hitting people late. He was throwing people on the ground. Chase Young, that play everybody talks about the targeting play? No one talks about Chase Young at the end of that play. Go back and look at that tape if you didn't remember it. But after that cat already laid out Lawrence, Chase Young came in and literally twisted his neck in his head. That's where he got hurt. He didn't get hurt with the targeting. You go back and look at that play again. What did Chase Young does at the end of that play? He twisted his head and neck down, twisted him down to the ground, literally like he was trying to take his head completely off. I couldn't even believe that wasn't a penalty.
Man,
But,
see that again. This is why I like things are subjective, and everybody that sees things in different lights. Like I completely saw a different game than you, obviously. I saw Ohio State kick the absolute tar out of Clemson. It was 16-0. It should have been a hell of a lot more than that. And then I saw Brett Venerable and I saw Dabo Sweeney show that they were better coaches, and they made adjustments.
absolutely.
And Ryan Day didn't
exactly
make
right.
any deadgum adjustments. And the only thing he tried to rely on was running out of deadgum time and basically and holding
No, you're
on
right.
for dear damn life, because realistically, he was out coached after the first, 8 minutes of the first quarter. I mean, second quarter. In all honesty, that's, from that point on, Day was,
No, you
Dabo
bring up.
and Brent Venerable out coached him every single step of the way, and in the whole second half they did for sure.
No, you bring up excellent points, and that's the point. That's where that experience came in. Those players on that Clemson team trusted their coach. They didn't try to do more than they were supposed to.
You're right.
They did what they wanted them to do. And that's where you don't make stupid plays like that. Is your coach tells you to do this, you do this. You don't try to do more. And, no, I agree completely. There's no doubt. Dabo Swinney, to me, is the best coach in America. And I think Nick Saban, you're right. That's the program of the decade, because here's why. Every program, every excellent, superior program like Clemson,
aspires
like
to
Ohio
be them.
State, Urban Meyer, that's right. That's who they're recruiting against. They're not recruiting against the ACC. They're not recruiting against the Big Ten. They're recruiting against the SEC champion, which mostly is Alabama, but that's who they're recruiting against. They're recruiting multiple line guys, not 4 defensive linemen, 10 defensive 5-star linemen. They're getting all these superior athletes, not to beat Florida State or Virginia, to compete against LSU, Alabama, Auburn, whoever shows up. And the same thing with Ohio State with Urban Meyer. He's done the same thing. And that's why it tells you Alabama is the program. I hate them, but they deserve to be the program of the decade, century, whatever you want to call them, because they have literally they've done what Pat did with ladies basketball. They've literally turned college football into something completely different. And they've shown what you have to do if you want to compete. If not, you'll be sitting at home watching the game like everybody else.
And I'll tell you one thing, this year is going to be awesome. And I know it's Monday, so the mayor of Nutbush is going to get back out to work. Bill, you take care and you keep it strapped down. 2019's running down. And by the way, you got my vote in 2020. All right.
Hey, my cat got his car stolen, right? They found They found his car in the impound lot. They called him. He went up there. I figured they went up there and checked it out. He just got it back. He went up there and got it. Man, he's got all kinds of credit cards, Social Security cards, shoes, clothes. I mean, it's like they just said, "Come get your car. I don't care what's in it." I told him, I said, "Look in the trunk for a body, dude, because that's just somebody we know in there." So, but it's like, man, if you need to buy a credit card or anything, man, call me. I'll get you the hook up.
The mayor of the Bush has got you covered. Hey, be good out there, and Happy New Year, Bill. By the way, I'll be back in 2 shakes, by the way, peeps, because you know what? Terry Davis of the Tigers, that's right, Tri-State defender. He's the beat reporter for the Memphis Tigers. They had a basketball game. I know everybody's looking football, but we're going to talk a little basketball, and then we're going to get deep, and I mean deep up in the playoffs. We got Bills and Texans, Titans, Patriots. Yes, the Patriots lost to the Dolphins. We got, Vikings, Saints, and the Seahawks and the Eagles, and so much more to talk about. Don't touch that dial. And remember always, MemphisFarmers.com on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Who wants to go see some lights?
Funny thing about the holidays is nothing flies by faster.
Hey guys, want to build a snowman? Ready to open presents? Excited for New Year's? Who's ready to go back to school?
Well, actually, the Lexus December to Remember sales event also goes by fast. That's because for a very limited time, you'll find some of our best offers on our most popular models. But don't wait. Offers end January 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Lexus of Memphis.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
In today's evolving workplace, XMC understands the process of getting office work done has moved from the desktop to your pocket. The new Xerox multifunctional printers and Connect Key app technology are game changers. Are you working with confidential information? Does it need to be secure from unwanted threats? Do you need to translate documents to another language? Xerox's App Gallery provides solutions like secure printing and easy translator technology. XMC is the second largest exclusive Xerox agent in the U.S. with 9 locations to serve you. We've been in business for over 25 years and have received top awards from Xerox. In changing our world one experience at a time, our team's committed to doing what's right for your business. XMC is proud to be your leader in document and print management, and it'd be our pleasure to serve you. Contact XMC today at 814-3114 or visit our website at xmcinc.com. XMC, Excellence in Office Solutions.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. Their newly renovated drive-in repair shop is open to the public. Whether it'll be your everyday driver, farm equipment, fleet vehicle, or heavy-duty truck, their ASE-certified technicians will get you back on the road. The on-site dyno is ready to run all the necessary diagnostic testing. From preventative maintenance to complete overhauls, Mid-South Power can handle it all. Stop in today at 3288 Mill Branch Road or call 901-396-0710 and online at mid-southpower.com.
James Gaddis Jewelers is ready to help you with your holiday shopping through December 31st. Men's wedding bands 20% off, Bulova and Seiko watches 20% off, designer jewelry, Andrea Candela, sterling silver and 18-karat gold 20% off, solid yellow gold or white gold earrings 20% off. James Gaddis Jewelers, known for having one of the best selections of fine quality diamonds and bridal rings in the Mid-South. Make your holiday shopping exciting and fun at James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar. James and Linda Gaddis wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Here we go.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Good job, 49ers. I had a way to take care of the Seahawks. I got scary last night. Seahawks play the Eagles. They are the late game on Sunday. Yes, that is correct. And guess what? Seahawks are a 1-point favorite on the road versus the Eagles. Vikings on Sunday, January 5th. They play the Saints in New Orleans. Saints are in the dirty, easy, sleazy -8. It looks easy. Can Kirk Cousins do anything great? Doubt it. I think Saints are going to roll. And then, of course, the one that is going to be fascinating, the Patriots just lost. The 2 seed, a bye. And now they have to face Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, the hottest quarterback in football, when Tom looks like he can't complete jack. That defense that was so great versus the run, good luck versus Derrick Henry in that line of the Titans right now. Titans look like the real deal Holyfield. Believe it or not, Patriots. What do you think the line is on Saturday?
Patriots 7.5?
Nope, -3. -3, people. And guess what? The Bills and the Texans, oh, you won't even believe this. Texans, -3 as well. Patriots opened up -5. It has been bet down to 3. Think about how much action had to come in early on the Titans, plus the 5 for them to move that thing 2 points already. Oh, we'll see how fast this thing moves up and down, but always remember, the fastest mover is Memphis Farmers Insurance, and go to MemphisFarmers.com to see my man Chad Gatlin. Give him a call at, of course, 901, 235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. Now it's time to talk with Tri-State Defenders beat writer for the Tigers. That's right. How was that basketball game? Was that a beatdown of epic proportion, Terry Davis?
Man, that was the best game they played, and no one saw.
Nobody saw it this year because we were all watching the Cotton Bowl,
Yeah, man, they just dismantled them. And, the outside shooting that everybody been waiting for, it showed up last weekend, with Boogie, with just everybody. They were
Boogie,
at
Ball, everybody was shooting that sucker. I love it. By the way, can I ask you something? And this is in being serious, Terry. I know that a lot of people fan-wise are still a little hung up on the Wiseman situation, but has the team itself, because it sure looked like it, and I know it was against nobody, but doesn't this team look like they sure as heck have moved on?
They moved on when he wasn't there the first time because,
So you ain't worried about Tulane at all tonight?
No, this going to be people from Memphis are not going to be able to go to New Orleans for a while after the beatdown. They got a 40-point beatdown last week. And probably about a 30-point beat down tonight because you got Lawson coming back.
Yep.
AJ Lawson coming back for for New Orleans. So it's going to be interesting because this is the first conference game. And like Penny said at his press conference, a lot of these freshmen don't realize that when you get in the conference play, it's a little bit harder.
A little bit harder, yeah.
So they'll get smacked in the mouth early. But with the height that Memphis has, if they can shoot half as good as they shot against New Orleans, it'll be a 15, 20-point blowout.
All right, now this is the interesting point I want to ask you because everybody was sitting here talking about, and I mean, you literally had people go. I mean, when the situation with Wiseman hit the fan, people act like the season was over almost. Throw in the towel, the season is over. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're 11-1. They're ninth in the country. They're playing Tulane. They're a 14.5-point favorite. They're really dead gum good, if you know what I'm saying. Let's just be, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real about this. If people did not realize this is a team that is averaging 80 points a game, folks, and they're holding their opponents to just 67 points a game. They're shooting almost 50% from the field. They're averaging 43 rebounds a game. They're averaging 15 assists. They're averaging you won't even believe this, 7.2 blocks per game. 7.2 blocks per game to go along with, I can't even believe this, 10 steals. That's right. That's why this team is so tenacious. Defensively, it pours right over into the offense. And I know we lost Wiseman, but this collection of talent is so much deeper than just him.
Exactly. And that's what it's almost like a broken record. When you have the number one recruiting class, it's not based on one person.
Exactly.
Everybody can play. And, and the team has not been playing well offensively, but defensively, they're one of the best teams in the country, and they never get credit for that because, when they put their pressure on you, I don't care how good your guards are, Memphis guards are that much better than your guards, and they have a lot of them.
Yeah, they got it. Everyone from the sophomores and Tyler and, Alo to the new ones and Boogie and Ball. And then you got, DJ who can handle the ball, another wing who can do all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. And then plus, people forget, Precious Achua, because of Wiseman and him being so just like number one and taking so many people's attention, they forget how big this man realistically is. You know what I mean? I guess he got all the love. This is a monster. This is a 6'10", 240-pound chiseled monster of a man. Like, I like him a lot. He's going out and showing out. DJ Jeffries is showing out. Boogie's doing his thing. Dandridge, we're starting to get – you can see where he's coming in, and he's starting to get his feet underneath him. He's giving good minutes, I think. I like what I'm seeing even from him. Everything. Now, the key is Lester. Is he how's he feeling? Is he feeling like everything good with everything good, right?
Lester came back after, being off the month. Penny joked at the press conference, maybe he need to take another 4 games off. He's going to come out shooting like that.
Man, went 3 for 3 the other night, man.
It's like he didn't miss a beat. He stayed in shape. My biggest concern with Lester, because he has a tendency to blow up, that he didn't gain no weight and slow him down. He didn't miss a beat because Lester knows that, Lester wants to go to the Final Four. He has that Final Four mentality. After the press conference, somebody asked Lester, he said, if we can control our turnover, we're going to crush everybody in this league. And Penny said he's going to have to meet them up. Lester does not lack confidence.
I love hearing that. He just came back, but like you said, man, the young man comes off the bench. It's like 3 for 3 from down. He's sharp shooting, which we expected to see from him earlier in the year because that's all we heard about how good the guy could shoot. Was 3 for 4 on the night for field goals. It's what you want from him. Had 13 points, grabbed 5 boards. He's a big guard. He's going to give you great minutes the more he comes back. But again, Alo's going out there and doing what Alo does off the bench, playing about 22 minutes and just being that floor general when he gets on the court. And him and Damian Ball, I don't care who's out there. I feel comfortable with either one of them. But I will say one thing. There is just, you can tell Boogie Ellis and Tyler Harris, they do it in such different ways.
Yes.
But when they get hot, they get hotter than anybody else. And they can take, if they get hot, get the hell out the way, if you know what I'm saying, because it's going down, and it's going to go down for a nice little session while they got their run going, and it's going to get nasty because once they feel it, they're shooting in the ocean. It looks like.
You know what's so crazy about this Tigers team? We talk about how bad they are offensively, but yet they average almost 80 points a game.
Yeah, I know. They got guys that can get so dead-gum hot, it trips me out. They play great defense. I love this team. I'm going to tell you one thing. They can play everything. They can go, forward and four guards. They can go big. They can go small. They can do anything. And again, I know that January 12th, people will be reminded again of Wiseman. But Wiseman's decision to move on has happened. The team is 9th in the country, folks. 9th in the country. It's at home tonight, December 30th against Tulane. 8 o'clock tip, by the way, people. 8 o'clock, this thing should be blown, like the roof should be blown off tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, it should be nice. And, I know a lot of people have a lot of, Cotton Bowl hangover, but, now we're in full bloom of
It's
hoop
full
city.
hoop. I was going to say, man, hey, this was a great year of football, but it's time to take that amazing run in football and let's transfer the sucker over into basketball. Like I said, we got, Memphis has a heck of a nice little schedule coming up, by the way, too, man. This ain't no little joke coming up with them right now. How do you expect them, with the new year starting up here? What do you think January has for this Tigers team?
Over the next week, you're gonna see the Tigers, take a learn, as Penny says, a loss, because I don't expect them to lose to Georgia. The team I want to watch out for
Wichita
is
State and Cincinnati.
Wichita State, and I've always looked at Wichita State and Cincinnati. Cincinnati not so much, but Wichita State, because Penny defeated that coach not once last year, but twice.
Ooh.
I'm sure
Marshall, yeah.
Marshall gonna be upset, and he want to beat Penny personally because he took two L's to Penny last year. And definitely, Penny didn't have the talent. Now, with Penny got the talent, Marshall, he's gonna be digging to get that L on Penny.
Yeah, by the way, everybody, if you don't realize, tonight they close out December with Tulane. January, they got 7 games, and it's Georgia, Wichita State, South Florida, Cincinnati, Tulsa, SMU, and Central Florida. January is such a big month for this Tigers team, and if they can put it together, it'll be huge. But it starts off with a kick, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, you got Georgia on the 4th. You got Wichita State, who's 11-1 right now, 24th in the country, on the 9th. And again, Marshall has never beaten Penny. He's going to want to do it, and it's, of course, at Wichita State. Memphis is going on the road again. Then they get South Florida on the road before they come back home to face Cincinnati on the 16th. So it's going to be a very, very busy month. We're going to learn a lot about this Tigers team, and we're going to see how high this ranking can go because I think they're going to have a good month. What do you think, TD?
I think they're going to, if everybody stays healthy, and if everyone stays healthy, the sky's the limit for this team. Without Wiseman being there, we had Final Four aspiration. But with this team, since there's no dominant team out there, this team can compete with any team in the country. It would not be overwhelmed as long as they play their game and listen to Penny and his game plan.
Man, now, last but not least, do you believe 100% like I do that, I still think that they have a lot of the talent. I think that, this team, again, I look around, just basically look how many number ones have lost this year. Look at the teams that are in the top, like the Zags and everything, and just tell me if they strike absolute fear in you, because they don't in me. Again, I think the sky is the limit for this team. My question is right now, how much growing does this team have? Because getting Lester back and him hitting, this is just another thing that it can add. They know Wiseman's not coming back for sure. I feel like it still has a nice little bit of room for growth. What do you think?
If they can cut their turnovers down to no more than 8 to 12 a game.
Biggest problem is the turnovers?
Right, the biggest problem is the turnovers, and then if they could raise their shooting percentage to, about 5 to 10 points, percentage points, no one in this in the country should be able to compete with them in the country, because with their defense, they're going to always force about 20 turnovers a game. But if they can stop making the silly passes, the silly mistakes, and trying to make the highlight reel on ESPN and just slow it down just a tad bit, and cut those turnovers and, down to like no more than 8 to 12 a game, I think this team will do everything that it is capable of doing.
Yeah, I like, I was reading your article when Memphis Tigers overcame 28 turnovers, defeat Jackson State 77-49. But, dude, they look great. Now they got to play the Green Wave, but they smacked New Orleans. And it made me think, UNO, I did have one good time down in UNO. I went down to UNO and had a party one time down there. So, they gave me a great time this weekend by letting the Tigers smack them down, and they treated me really good when I was down there. So, I like UNO. Thank you, New Orleans. But, hey, everybody, go to Tri-State Defender. I'm being dead serious. That's tsdmemphis.com. Look for Terry Davis's work. He's got great work up there. Like, you still have your article back there when basically Penny was talking about Wiseman's departure. That's a great read from back on the 20th. They got all their stuff up there. Check out Terry Davis, and always check him out on Twitter. Where, TD?
Terry D 515.
And tell them what you're working on. Anything good? You got something to sneak in before I say goodbye?
I'm going to do a recap of the football season, and then I'm going to focus more on the basketball season because it's about that time of year to focus on the conference opponent because it's coming. It'll be over before you know it.
Man, it will be, man. You going to be down there tonight?
You know it.
Hey, I see. Dude, I'll be down there tonight, man. I'm looking forward to that late one, though. I kind of am actually excited. I'm going to go get a little something to eat before then. It'll be nice and chill. 8 o'clock, the crowd should be a little bit hype. I think people will get that Cotton Bowl hangover out, and those cobwebs will be done, and I think they're going to be ready for a little Tulane action. So, hey, TD, be good. Have a very, very wonderful night, and have a happy new year. I'll talk to you in 2020 next year, my man.
Happy New Year, too, and see you later tonight.
That's my man, TD. Tri-State Defender. Pick one up or go check them out. It's tsdmemphis.com. If you're an old school and you don't like just tsdmemphis.com, you can go old school, try-statedefender.com like I always do. It's just a habit. I can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? But tsdmemphis.com, check them out and pick up their paper on Thursday. We'll be right back. Always remember, Memphis Farmers and my good friend Chad Gatlin. That's memphisfarmers.com on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Happy holidays to all of our great Sports 56 listeners. We appreciate all of your support throughout 2019 and look forward to a great 2020.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. For more than 26 years, they've supplied all the diesel parts that you need. From simple repairs to complete overhauls, they have it all. Whether it's heavy, medium, light duty, agricultural, marine, or off-road, Mid-South Power is the leading source for all things diesel. Fuel injection, turbochargers, engine parts, alternators, starters, and brakes, they can supply all the parts and services you need. Stop in today at 3250 Mill Branch Road in Memphis or call 901-396-0710.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who owes back taxes, if you get nervous when the mail comes because you might get a letter from the IRS, then you've heard. Their enforcement agents are cracking down this year and can garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts. Even your home or business could be at risk over unpaid taxes. It's all true, but it's also true there's a way out. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative, an important government program for tax debt assistance. The award-winning experts at Optima Tax Relief will fight to get you the best deal possible, protecting your paycheck and your assets from IRS collections. But don't delay, because the IRS is tacking on interest and hefty penalties every single day. So don't wait until it's too late. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-748-5713. 800-748-5713. 800-748-5713. Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV, made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
What a beautiful day to be alive. Think about it. 2019. It is saying goodbye. 2020. It is almost here. December 30th. It is tonight. The 31st is tomorrow. And then, holy cow, January is going to be here. And I'm going to have to figure out what am I going to do? How am I going to lose this 20 pounds I put on since Thanksgiving? Oh, I'm sure if you're watching us on Sports 56, our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Periscope, check us out on YouTube. It's absolutely amazing. You'll love it. And never forget, we're always in here in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. I love Family Leisure. They have their after Christmas sale going on right now, so you got a pocket full of cash. Go make your house look beautiful. It's like the Toys R Us for adults and people who own homes. And they also have a huge heart. I love the people out there. We always do our Toys for Tots. 2120 Witten Road, just north of I-40. Thank you, Family Leisure. And again, don't forget my homie, MemphisFarmers.com. Chad Gatlin's always got your back. Check him out, 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. But I got to mention this. Who is better right now? First round pick, because it looks like I was saying it was going to be Chase Young, but Joe Burrow now, he's got 55 touchdowns, threw 7 touchdowns, ran for 1, counted for 8 touchdowns last week, couldn't be stopped, made OU's defense look like they didn't belong, which they really didn't. And again, anybody who's arguing for 8, remember the margin of victory is over 26 points, people. The beatdown that LSU put down on Oklahoma was only the 3rd worst beatdown. There are 2 other beatdowns that were 39 and I believe, 38? I have it right here. I can pull it right back up. It was so embarrassing. I laughed so hard. I said, because I thought this was going to break the record, but no. You had Oregon beat Florida State by 39, and you had Alabama beat Michigan State by 38. So LSU's 63-28 victory, which is 35, is only the 3rd best beatdown in the semifinals. No, we do not need to go to 8 people. But what are we going to do? Who do you believe is the best quarterback? Is it this year's Joe Burrow? Or is it next year's Trevor Lawrence? Who will, by the way, this is now 2 for 2. Freshman year won the championship. By the way, if you didn't realize, he's 25-0. I know a scoop and score. I still believe Ohio State should have won. I know he owes a lot to Dabo Swinney and Brett Venerable. Ryan Day got out-coached. Let's just be straight with it. Ohio State had it and lost it. They just tried to hold on. And boy, Dabo and Brett Venerable, they made the switch and they changed things up and they won the game. But Trevor Lawrence is 25-0. Will he be a better NFL quarterback, or will it be Joe Burrow, who's now come on the scene this year out of basically nowhere, 55 touchdowns? Went out there and just threw, 7 touchdown passes, 493 yards, rushed for a touchdown. Not a bad game in the semifinals. Well, we're going to get to watch him this year. We're going to see Joe Burrow. We're going to get to see Trevor Lawrence head-to-head. Will Trevor Lawrence improve to 26-0 and have 2 national championships in 2 years as a starting quarterback at Clemson? If he does, Trevor Lawrence, take that bow. You're the baddest man on the block. Or is the one who is the Heisman, Is Joe Burrow going to go out there and go banana sandwiches? Go Joe Brady? Are they going to do it for Steve, baby? I don't know, man. There's so much going on. LSU and Clemson. We got 2 Tigers. Who's the real Tiger? Which is the real Death Valley? Who's the best number 1 quarterback? Because I bet Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 pick next year, and I do think Joe Burrow will now be the number 1 quarterback, number 1 pick this year too. Oh, these are interesting questions. Hit me up, 67129, and whatever you do, don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Lowe's has the supplies pros like you use most every day and the quantities needed for any size job. And it's savings you can count on. Like 20% off PVC pipe when you buy 10 or more. Plus, shop our bath savings event and save up to 40% off select bath essentials, including vanities, faucets, toilets, and more. Save time by ordering at lowesforpros.com and picking up in store at the Pro Desk. Whatever you need for this job and every job after, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 1/5 U.S. only.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
It's game on at the new Moneyline Book Bar and Grill inside the Gold Strike Casino Resort. Now you can bet on all of your favorite sports and watch the games on 60 HD TVs while you lounge in plush seating and enjoy craft beers, signature cocktails, and great food. Plus, don't miss the Topgolf Swing Suite, a virtual reality experience with a variety of fun interactive games every sports fan will love. Visit the Moneyline Bar, Book, and Grill at Gold Strike Casino Resort for Monday Night Football happy hour specials. Or anytime you want a piece of the best sports action in Mississippi.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home.
Get out right here. Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Hardin.
Hello, everybody out there. It's 2019, which is rapidly approaching to an end as 2020 is about to be here. Can you believe it? 2020. What was there ever? I feel like there was a book that was like 2020 Space Odyssey or something, and like now I think this is like a way old school book. But, like, we were supposed to be, like, met Martians by now, and I think we were supposed to be flying
cars and everything.
And we should be having everything flying. And remember, if you saw Total Recall, have you ever seen Total Recall?
I have not.
There was a girl with 3. In fact, 67129. If you can guess what there was 3, you're lucky. That's all I can tell you. 67129. Let me know. And I think it was Total Recall. But anyway, I'm just wondering. I think we're doing pretty good technology-wise. I mean, 2020's, when I was born again, like I said, man, we had a payphone on every corner. I ain't going to lie to you, all you people. I think the cell phone has become the worst thing in the world. I've never been off. I haven't been off ever since it's been invented. And it cost my marriage. Because I thought when she bought me who gives a birthday present? By the way, this was new technology. I'm like, how do you buy me a birthday present that now I got to pay for every single month? And whenever I'm out having fun, you can call and ruin it. I was like, how is this a present? Like, I couldn't understand that. She's like, huh? Thought you'd be excited. I'm like, no, I got a beeper. This was back then. I was like, and check this out. I pulled out some coins. I was like, and there's a payphone on every corner. I was like, I'll hit you up if you ever page me.
You thought times were never going to change? There's just always going to be payphones and beepers?
Yeah, dude. It was like there was this one phone back in the day, because now phones are like everybody knows about the iPhone, but the one back in the day was the Nokia. I think everybody had.
Yeah, Nokia brick phone. My dad had
I
one.
never got one of those things, or even there was even bigger ones. Like I said, I had a pager. I'm like, yo, page me. I didn't need to run into people that much. I didn't need to see you nobody was that important. Call me at the house. Like, I used to like the way things were. But anyway, now they're doing good, and everything is changing, and I'm just wondering. Hit me up at 67129. Let me know what you think about the end of this decade. And as I say this, I'm bringing this up now because I want to know, will the first quarterback taken in 2020 or the second quarterback taken in the decade in 2021, who's going to be the better quarterback going forward? Is it going to be Joe Burrow, who's got 55 touchdowns, thrown for 55 touchdowns, threw for 7 and ran for 1 against Oklahoma, 8 total touchdowns in that game? Baller. Or will it be a dude named Trevor Lawrence, who's just got a national championship, beat Alabama, everybody in front of him, because he's 25-0. Interesting. 67129. You let me know. Now, questions like that must be answered. Plus, we had this weekend. Has Tom Brady, I want to know right now, has Tom Brady finally hit that damn cliff? Do you know who Max Kellerman is? He's a boxing dude on with Stephen A. Smith.
I know.
He was for years saying that, Father Time is unbeaten. I agree with him. He's been saying that, Tom Brady is going to fall off the cliff, fall off the cliff, fall off the cliff. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And the dude just kept winning touchdowns and Super Bowls and championships and being a baller and being Tom Brady. But Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins just beat the Patriots. And the Patriots had a whole lot to play for. Like, they would have had a bye, and they would have been second. Everybody but Baltimore would have had to come through them. Now, they get to host the hottest team that nobody wants to play. And I'm being serious. This time of the year, if it's cold as all get out, you want to tackle Derrick Henry? Is there a quarterback right now playing better than Ryan Tannehill? I can already answer you that question. There's not. Did you know that since Ryan Tannehill has taken over for Marcus Mariota, he has been the best quarterback, even better than Lamar Jackson? Believe it or not, you can check it. Yeah, he's been that disgustingly awesome.
No, I believe you. I think he's only lost, 2 games since he's taken over?
Dude,
I mean, just incredible. I mean, it really flipped this team around. I mean, with Mariota, a former Heisman Trophy winner, a guy that you thought was going to be your franchise guy for years and years to come. With him, this team doesn't even sniff the playoffs, let alone make it in.
No, and Ryan Tannehill, by the way, too. I mean, this is a guy who was a college wide receiver for a while, then was, the quarterback. He was stuck with Adam Cocaine Gase. I think Gase was a big problem. They had 4 offensive coordinators while he was down there. I mean, he couldn't, they changed so much. I think now he got a little bit of continuity. And I think you're seeing, you put a big running back like Derrick Henry, and by the way, what did I tell y'all? Everybody was telling me, I told you A.J. Brown was going to be awesome in the NFL. DK Metcalf's going to be 10 times better than A.J. Brown. Dude, A.J. Brown was better at Ole Miss. He's going to be better in the NFL. DK's done great. He's great for Seattle. But, dude, A.J. Brown, please. A.J. Brown has been flat out awesome. Sharp. That team flat out is just playing at a different level. And now that they have Ryan Tannehill slinging the ball around, you got Derrick Henry running the ball downhill. You got a bunch of big, mean offensive linemen. I just absolutely love everything that the Titans are doing. And I can tell you one thing. I think they're going to slap. I'm being dead serious. I think Tom Brady is about, and this is going to sound crazy as all get out, but I'm serious as a heart attack. I think Ryan Tannehill comes in and goes and outplays Tom Brady. I think the Titans outrush with Derrick Henry, my peeps in Foxborough and, the Patriots. I think Bill Belichick gets outcoached by one of his former guys. I really think that this is going to be, I think this is Vrabel's moment. I think this is the defense's moment. I think this is the offense's moment. I think this is the year. I think the Titans can actually go into Foxborough, and I think that this is the first time that you're ever going to see a Patriots team that actually isn't 100% for sure they can win this game. Because I think that's the one thing. You looked in their eyes yesterday. They thought, okay, we're going to come back and beat them for a moment. And then they all started looking at each other, and they realized they couldn't stop Ryan Fitzpatrick. Tom Brady couldn't hit the route when he needed to. He couldn't get, Mohamed Sanu or Dorsey or White or Edelman or all these guys. And by the way, who is his number one? Is Mohamed Sanu is number one and Edelman now is number 2? And, you look at this team, there ain't no Gronk out there. They can't run the ball worth a deadgum darn. Let's just be real. Sorry, Sony Michel ain't getting it done. He was okay against the Dolphins, but didn't they not lose? Burkhead, man, come on. Let's just be real. Rex, he's a backup. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. White's the only thing he's good for is catching the ball out of the backfield. Ben Watson at tight end is old as get out. That defense ain't playing like it was earlier in this year. I'm telling you right now, Titans are taking the Patriots out this Saturday. It's going to start at 7:15. Around 10 o'clock, we're going to be dancing in the street. Now, my question is, in 2020, with 2019, will that be will last year be the last championship that Tom Brady ever wins?
Right now, I'd have to say yes.
One in the next decade.
I'd have to say no. I mean, like you said earlier, Father Time is undefeated. It's going to eventually catch him. I know we've been saying it for 5-6 years, but eventually Father Time will catch up to Tom Brady, regardless of how many avocado shakes and what avocado ice creams Tom Brady eats. It's gonna catch up to him eventually. So I'm gonna say no. And if he doesn't do it this year, which history is not on his side, I don't think the Patriots have ever made the Super Bowl when they had to play in the wild card game. So therefore, history's not on your side right now. Point. Father Time's right on your tail. I'm going to say he doesn't win one in the next decade.
By the way, 16 of 29 is what he went in a game they had to win. 2 touchdowns, an interception, and 4 sacks for a 42.2 QBR. Was outplayed by Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was 28 of 41, 320, and a touchdown. No interception, only 2 sacks. Dang! Ryan Fitzpatrick outplaying Tom in Foxborough, yo. New England getting beat by Miami. Yup, and now Miami, well, I don't know what y'all are going to do. Good luck. Have a fun offseason. Y'all still be a bunch of losers. But the Titans, Patriots, they play in game number 2 in the wild card. And I'm telling you, I think the Titans dropped the Patriots. That sucker started out at 5, has dropped to 3. Right now, it looks like that sucker's gone back up to 4.5. Wow, since we've been on the show. It's moving. It's very volatile. A lot of people are playing that game in and out. Now, Are the Bills and Texans, does that one turn you on at all?
Not really. I mean,
why does that one seem like? I mean, it's a 3-point line. It should be close. The only other one that's even closer is the Seahawks Eagles. Seahawks are a 1-point favorite. But what is it about Deshaun Watson and this Texans team that has nobody believing? And the other thing is why don't people believe in the Bills? And Allen, is he not like Cam Newton 2.0?
It's just they're not really exciting teams to watch. I mean, yes, the Bills have had a phenomenal year. Texans as well have had a good year. The Texans, though, they've just been way too shaky throughout the year for you actually to have any faith in them coming into the playoffs because they just haven't been consistent enough. I can't remember a good 3-week stretch where you've seen the Texans play at 100% into their full potential without screwing something up or getting blown out.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, but I do want to remind you, this is something that's going to be fascinating. A lot of people don't realize this. Josh Allen has thrown for 3,089 yards, 20 touchdowns. He only has 9 interceptions. He's done a dead-gum good throwing the football. But again, what I've basically been saying all season long is, well, he is Cam 2.0. What do I mean by that? Look at his rushing record. Look at what he's done on the ground this season. I told you what he's done through the air. How many touchdowns does he have on the ground? Add 9 touchdowns, 20 passing, 9 on the ground. That's 29 touchdowns he's accounted for. He's rushed for another 510 yards. He rushes for huge first downs all the dead gum time. The dude gets 10, 7, 9, 10, 8, 8, 7. He rushes, and he rushes it big time. And I'm telling you, man, Allen's gotten a little bit better at throwing the football. He can definitely run. He's a big boy. Again, he is 6'5", 245 pounds. He is a full-grown man who can run the deadgum football. That scares anybody. And now that J.J. Watt ain't playing, that linebacking core, I do not believe in the Texans. They can wear all their little suits and look like they're Mortal Kombat. Don't mean they can play the football position. You know what I'm saying? So I think Bills might drop the Texans. I think the Titans drop the Patriots. This is all early. I think that the Saints are easily going to roll, and I think the Seahawks drop the Eagles. So I think you're going to have 3 road teams win the game next week. What do you think about that?
I think you're probably right, and that's just the crazy thing about seeding-wise when it comes to divisions. I mean, this year we've had the Super Division in the NFC West.
The West, yeah.
And then we've had the worst division of all time in the NFC East, so where a potential 10-plus win team now has to go on the road to play a team that's won 8 games, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem when it comes to this type of seeding is the fact that if you win the division, regardless of how bad your division is, you're guaranteed home field advantage for the first round.
Yes, you are correct, sir. But now I do have to ask one question for you. In reality, Baltimore, Kansas City, both having the buys in the AFC, both look scary as hell. Lamar Jackson, real deal, Holyfield. Patrick Mahomes, real deal, Holyfield. Baltimore has a 12-game win streak going into the postseason. Kansas City has won 6 straight. Both teams are scary as all get out. And then over in the NFC, the teams that have the buys, oh, yeah, you know who they are, don't you? San Francisco 49ers. They look real deadgum good. And Green Bay Packers. What? Yep, Green Bay Packers have won 5 straight. Why don't they strike fear in me? Oh, that's right, because they give up a ton of points. Their point differential is only 63. San Francisco and porn star Jimmy G, I still believe. I don't know. San Francisco, I believe in. The Saints, I believe in. Packers, not so much. But do any of those teams give you the same fear that a Patrick Mahomes-led Kansas City or Lamar Jackson-led Baltimore Ravens give you on the other side? Does it look like the AFC Super Bowl to lose?
I think it does right now, especially with how great we know Patrick Mahomes has been in the playoffs last year. He's been there, done this before, got the T-shirt to prove it, and hasn't made it to the Super Bowl. But Lamar, young guy, lost the one playoff game he did last year. And as a Ravens fan, I'm a lot more confident now than I was a week ago. And I'll tell you why. It's because the Steelers had everything to win. Baltimore had nothing to lose. Lamar's not playing. Mark Ingram's not playing. I think you had four other guys.
Robert Griffin III
on
signing.
RG3 plays the entire game for you, and you still win against a team that, if they win, get that 6th spot in the playoffs. So I have so much more confidence going in that it's not just 5-6 guys doing it all. It's literally every single person on that 53-man roster doing their job, doing it the right way, and keeping it going when you really have nothing to play for. I mean, you already had home field advantage all wrapped up. You had the division wrapped up 3 weeks ago, and you still go out there and get the win. The only thing that worries me is you hear these coaches, and especially after a team on such a hot streak loses a game in the playoffs when it really matters, you'll hear, well, maybe it might have been good for us to lose one of those, and I don't want that to be what happens to the Ravens. Is maybe it would have been better for us to win one instead of win 12 straight.
Nah, they didn't need to lose one. They just needed to keep on winning, get that home field advantage. That's a huge thing for them. The fact that they got 14 wins and only 2 losses or won 12 straight, and they have a point differential of 249. They've scored 531 points. They've only given them 282. That is so damn impressive. Baltimore is scary, and yes, Patrick Mahomes is very scary. But I don't think his defense is nearly as scary as the Baltimore Ravens. But we'll talk more about that. Let's do some straight no chaser. Bam! Hit that joint. Hit me.
All right. With the closing of 2019 being only 2 days away, who would be your sports person of the decade?
Ooh, wait, hold on. Wait. What sport or any sport?
Any sport.
So any sport, 2010
through 2019.
MVP of the decade. Oh my gosh. I hate to say this, but it can only really be 2 people, right? And LeBron and Tom Brady. Now, Brady has the hardware. Braun definitely doesn't have that. But man, he is such an icon. The biggest... Man, I have to be straight, man. I love LeBron James. You can give him Male Athlete of the Year, all kinds of things. But he has 3 Finals MVP. Brady has, 4 Super Bowl MVPs, 5 Super Bowls? Just got to say, the toughest sport in the world, toughest position. I'm going to have to go with Tom Brady, even though he's finishing out 2019 struggling and losing to the Dolphins. Last year, LeBron was horrible, and they didn't make the playoffs for the first time. Yeah, he made the playoffs a whole lot, but Tom won too much. I'm going with Tom Brady, player of the decade.
Do you need a chaser? I just wonder why I asked.
Actually, yeah, why? Do they have that?
Because today, LeBron was announced the AP person of the decade. And I figured your answer would be LeBron or Tom Brady, because those are really the only 2 obvious choices about it. It's just, for me, I wouldn't have been upset regardless of who the AP or anybody picks as the sports person of the year, because there's so many different factors that can go into it. Do you just look at hardware? Do you look at what they've done on the field, statistics, or do you look at the impact that they've made off the field as well? LeBron opening up his school a couple of years ago, giving free tuition there, and then free tuition to the University of Akron once they graduate high school from his school. Do you think about how much their lives off the field kind of impact people, and kind of LeBron and Tom are the 2 guys this year where regardless of what this decade, regardless of what they're doing, people want to know.
Can I ask you a question though? When was LeBron's championships? 2012, 2013, and 2016, correct?
Correct.
So since 2016, basically the team has been the Golden State Warriors. So for half the decade, you can say, he made 8 finals, but for half the decade, his team wasn't, the Heat were a little bit of love, but they had for Dwayne Wade. I'm sorry, from the very beginning of the decade with the Patriots. He didn't have to go join up with the super team in the Heat. He didn't have to go and let the Cavs get a bunch of number one first picks overall and change to get love and get people to come and join him. And he didn't have to have a Green go cup check crazy to get it. He didn't have to have Ray Allen hit a three-pointer from the corner. Tom Brady is the true champion here. You know why? Because he's the true winner. Like, just look at Tom Brady's and his winning. Like, what do you say about a dude who just wins and wins and wins and wins and wins and wins and wins? And the dude, again, is 42 years old, and he's still playing at a pretty damn high. I mean, they still made the postseason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he only won the division for the 11th straight year.
I mean, he's a 14-time Pro Bowler, 3 MVPs, 3 All-Pros, 4 Super Bowl MVPs. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, Tom Brady, he's... Do you agree? Do you think it's him, or do you think it's LeBron? Because, and the other thing is, I want to remind you, 2016 he won his championship. Remember? Well, we just had LeBron win last year. Remember that? And lose the year before when he threw for a ton of yards against the Eagles. Remember that? He won it. Man, he's won so many. When was his first one? Back in 2001? Damn. Dude's been playing forever. I'm going with Tom Brady. I'm sorry, I can't help it. He's the GOAT. He's got 6 rings. When you got 6 rings, 4 MVPs, and yeah, you're the winner. How many rings do you have, LeBron? Oh, that's right, 3. How many other quarterbacks have 6 championships? None. LeBron, how many other players have 3 rings in the NBA? A whole lot. Like, Big Shot Rob has more than you. So, I'm sorry. It's the GOAT. It's Tom Brady. I talked myself into it.
Would he also be your person of the century right now for the first 2 decades?
For the first 2 decades, since he won his first one in 2001 and his last one last year in 2018, heck to the yes. And especially to play the quarterback position for that many years and to be successful for as long in that sport. Yeah, 6 rings to 3 NBA rings. And you got to remember, man, don't even get me started. It's Tom. Next.
All right, next question. Would you ever boo a former player on your favorite team?
Huh?
So, like, I'm trying to figure out a way to ask this question.
I'm very confused. Like,
would you ever boo somebody that you used to cheer for?
Like, if they became yes. Who was it that I used to really like? It was not too long ago. I really liked them, and then I found out like they were just a piece of you know what, and I can't stand them anymore. So yeah, if I find out that you're like a horrible human being, you know, horrible to your family, horrible to your teammates, you know, just bad to the media, just a bad person overall, I can go from loving you as a child to growing up and realizing that, you know what, you're, just a spoiled brat.
What about it, like, if they were nice people, decent people, and they just left your team and they came back as an opponent? Would you boo them?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Well, I was just wondering because KJ Lawson's making his return to FedEx Forum tonight. Do you think he gets booed?
Oh, that is, you know what? No, I think he's going to have a very nice sized cheering section, believe it or not. I think there might be a little bit of ribbing, but it'll be more fun. I don't think there's nearly, I don't think there's really a lot of hostility with the Lawsons and the Tiger fans as a lot of people would think. I think there's more hostility probably towards Tubby and the Lawsons, not the Tigers and the fans and the Lawsons. You know what I mean by that? You know? So, but anyway, that was a great straight no chaser. Thank you very much.
Sorry for butchering the question.
That was a good one. That was great. But man, that's my man Drew Barrett. Follow him where?
At DBarrett36.
That's right, DBarrett36. And also go to your CBD store online. Check them out. We got 2 in Memphis, 3157 Poplar. Bing, bang, boom. Say hello to CBD. Goodbye to pharmaceuticals. CBD can change your life. Plus, don't forget, 680 North Germantown Parkway. Stop on in, say what's up. They got a doctor, they have sun meds, they have tinctures, they have vape pens, they have everything you need. Check them out. You can also give them a call at 662 in their South Haven store, 470-6497. And since I'm bringing up stores, I brought up two that are in the Memphis area, one in the South Haven area, and I know that we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, and all over the world now, and they have over 450 stores. So if you go to your CBD store, if you're not listening to me in Memphis, you can go anywhere. Just go to your CBD store, put in your zip code, and they'll show you the quickest one, and I promise you there'll be one right next to you. CBD can change your life. We'll be right back on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking, no telephone pole to get in your way, a cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. Indeed will also give you this sticky frog, which will suddenly leap and stick to the face of the perfect hire. Okay, there's no sticky frog. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Post your next job at Indeed.com/hire and try skills tests for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for Football Grove parties around the hunting campfire. And when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail. 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for fall flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. We're located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs. Look forward to seeing everyone over the holidays.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Hardin.
Shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee jail. The rich man step on my poor head. When you get back, you better butter my bread.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know how happy I am. I love good advice. And I'm going to tell you a little something. And y'all know this. I'm not much of what you would call a movie guy. Back in the day, we did a little movie segment. I had a guy come on, and I think y'all laughed at me a lot, especially the text line on my behalf. Like, John, you haven't seen this? Oh, my goodness. But anyway, I have not seen the movie Uncut Gems. It has Adam Sandler in it. And I want to know, 67129, the last movie I went to in a movie theater was Cars with my children when they were younger. And, man, I really think that was a long time ago. Definitely think it was before I worked here.
That had to have been 15 years ago. It's a pretty old movie now.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But there's like a movie theater downtown now and stuff. Maybe I should check it out. And I'm wondering, should the first movie I see in all these years, would Uncut Gems, would it live up? Because I got some good reviews from some friends, and I want to know at 67129 what you people think. We're doing a little bit of Hardin Wood. Y'all know we got, this little Liberty Bowl thing coming up. Yeah, it's starting tomorrow. We got, big goals, big bowls, all kinds of stuff. And yes, we have the wild card games. And yes, the Patriots are in the wild card because they couldn't beat the Dolphins yesterday. The world is crazy. Oh, and by the way, I just have to say real quick before we go to Hardwood, shout out. How you like them Cowboy fans? Like, dude.
I don't like the Cowboys either, but
dude,
does Stephen A take it way too far?
He does, but it's funny. But I've gotten also to the point where I'm starting to laugh at it myself because I thought for sure there is no way that anybody in the NFC East other than the Cowboys, Giants stink. They have the Redskins, please. And then the Eagles, everybody and their grandmother's injured. Nobody can catch a pass. Wentz ain't looking very good till the very end. Y'all have this, and you blow it. And you have, by the way, Zeke Elliott. You paid him. You have the offensive line. You paid them. The defense, you paid them. What's the excuse? Oh, yeah, that's right. You have an idiot for a coach in Jason Garrett. That's why you didn't make it. But anyway, you know what time it is. Let's do some straight no chaser.
I thought we were doing Hardwood.
I meant Hardwood. I'm sorry. Forgot about that. Hey, it's okay. It's the last day of 2019. I wanted to make sure I made one more mistake.
Yeah, dude, we could just mail it in at this point.
Had to be had to be human right there at the end to make sure I was still on point. But I got to ask all you people right now. Antonio Brown. Did you hear about this? Antonio Brown, everybody knows my man hadn't played all year long. But what do you think about him coming out and blasting Juju Smith-Schuster and calling him a bum? Like, why would you, as Antonio Brown, why would you come out and go, boo-boo, Schuster was really already under 500 you, bum, learn some respect. Like, doesn't he want to get back in the league? Like, didn't he just...
I can't understand him.
Like, what is wrong with him?
I mean, one minute he's blasting everybody, and then as soon as that starts to die down and his name starts to get out of the... People aren't tweeting about him, people aren't talking about him, then he's had a change of heart. He realizes his mistakes. He's going to apologize. I'm sorry. He's sorry for everything that he said. He's sorry for everything that he's done. And then as soon as that dies down, he's blasting people again. I mean, pick a side and stick with it, dude. Like, how do you want us to look at you? Do you want us to look at you as a villain, or do you want us to look at you as somebody who truly is sorry for what they've done and is looking to turn a new leaf in this next decade coming up? I mean, how do you want me to look at you? I don't care. I really don't care about AB at this point, but at least tell me who you're going to be.
All right, can I ask you a question in all
And
honesty?
Juju seems like a nice guy. How dare he?
Yes, I know. AB's insane. And I wanted to ask this question because I wanted to ask. We put up with a lot more with wide receivers. What do y'all think about Baker Mayfield? Are you going to put up with him? Baker Mayfield clapping back at the fans. Did you hear about this? So Baker Mayfield was getting heckled. You could understand he was getting heckled pretty hard. This is a team that had Jarvis Landry, this guy named Odell Beckham. They had running backs in Chubby Time. They also went and got Kareem Hunt. I mean, you had pieces out the frizzame, did you not? Like, did they not have pieces?
Oh, yeah. I mean, enough pieces to where a lot of respectable people were picking them to make it to a Super Bowl, and a lot of people at least picking them to make the playoffs.
By the way, do you know where the
Good
Browns...
thing I wasn't one of them. I knew they weren't going to make it.
Do you know the Browns lost to the Bengals yesterday?
I did know that.
Andy Dalton threw, a touchdown and only one interception. Baker, you threw 3 interceptions, Holmes. And you clap back at all the fans. You were in Cincinnati. It's still part of Ohio. People are saying stuff. And then you actually have the audacity to tell them to come down there and say it to your face. You know they can't come on the field. They're going to get arrested. And plus, don't you know, you're just a little normal guy. You'll get your butt whipped by any normal man. Stop it, Baker. We watched a cop. You're supposed to be the great athlete. Did I not see a cop take you out in Arkansas like you were just a bum? Did you not? I sure saw him tackle you. You didn't look like no great athlete there. And you sure as heck didn't in this 6-10 season look like the great Baker Mayfield. Maybe you should stop doing commercials, practice throwing the football, and maybe you should throw it to Odell Beckham Jr. or Jarvis Landry a little more,
or at least somebody wearing the same jersey as you.
Yeah, that would actually help. But let's just be real, man. Look at all the people that he had, and look at the year that Baker Mayfield had, and the audacity that he has to come out there and talk to the fans the way he does, and then to jump on social media. And by the way, just so you know, to go out and say also on Facebook, it doesn't matter if you tweet it. We got the screenshot, homie, to come out and call fans and people basically telling the truth about you. You didn't have a good year. And by the way, your wife does not need to go on social media and fight your battles for you. That makes you were the first round pick in 2018. You did actually win a lot of football games last year. But this year, you had 22 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. You weren't good, man. And you had Landry and Beckham and everybody and their grandmother. And you didn't do jack. And then you come out and you call, you have Emily talking how disappointed that she says it's a disappointing season, but I'm more disappointed than the lack of class shown throughout all the people towards my husband. Dude, he stunk. What did you want him to come out? Baker, thank you so much for stinking and giving us all this promise. I mean, Dorsey screwed up and hired Baker's boy, Freddie Kitchens. There's no way the first round pick and a young guy like Baker, after just winning a couple games, should have been able to hire the coach he wanted. Freddie obviously wasn't ready for that. But Dorsey brought in all the wide receiving talent. They had the running back talent. They had the line. They had everything. The only problem was Baker, you didn't live up. Hey, how many games did you not have an interception? Because you threw 3 yesterday. You threw 1 against Baltimore, 1 against Arizona, 2 against the Bengals, 1 against Pittsburgh. Man, how many games this year did Baker play in where he did not throw an interception?
I'm going to guess 1.
He had a whopping 3 games. A whole 3 games, and guess what? They were all in the same exact stretch. All back-to-back, Denver, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and he actually was pretty decent. He threw 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The rest of the year, 17 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Sorry, son, that ain't getting it done. And you cannot come out and talk smack to the fans, especially when you're supposed to be the one who takes care of the Cleveland Browns stadium. You live there and all that good stuff. And then this is the very end of my Hardinwood, and this is the end of 2019. And if we go into 2020, and I'm saying it right now, I'm going to start agreeing with Greg Caston, the wussification of America is on. Because there is an article from this guy whose name is FaZe Apex. He's supposedly one of the best gamers in the world. And he came out and said he wants everybody to know this. Just because we compete from a comfy chair doesn't mean we can't have injuries. I had to have surgery on my hand, man. Could have ended my career. Yo, You just don't understand. People get carpal tunnel. Look, let me tell you something about athletes. You're going to call a NASCAR guy non-athlete now because he drives a car? You're not going to call me an athlete because I play a game? Come on, we all athletes. Holmes, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You play a video game, and you are not an athlete. And I am very sorry that you got carpal tunnel and you had to have surgery on your game hand, man.
You know, I'm so happy and so glad that my grandfather fought in the Korean War, and for all these other veterans, that they fought for our hard-earned freedom so he could get carpal tunnel.
And by the way,
so happy. That's exactly what they were over there fighting for.
The thing that upsets me so much is this dude who's complaining about, I got carpal tunnel and I had to have surgery on my hand, has made more money in the last 3 years than I have in my whole life. Playing a video game, man. And I don't even know what game he's good at, which is also messes me up. Like, hey, if the teens were awesome, I can't wait to see what the next decade brings. Like, we'll never, ever get to a point where we think that gamers really are athletes, are we?
I certainly never will.
Okay.
I mean, it's never going to happen. I'm sorry. Yes, it takes a certain level of skill. You are skilled at something. You're more skilled at something than I am.
Can I just
But
tell
I'm
you?
sure if I sat around drinking enough Mountain Dew and eating enough Doritos on a couch or in a comfy chair doing what you do, I'm pretty sure I could get pretty good if I spend enough time at it.
Yeah, I think
I don't think I can ever spend enough time to where I'm going to be able to throw and run like Lamar Jackson. But I'm pretty sure I put enough time in, I can do what you do.
That's pretty good. Yo, look, I was Lamar Jackson in Madden, and we won the Super Bowl, and I did it with carpal tunnel. Want you to say, Lamar, thank you. I'm glad my elbow held out. Dude, I don't even know what to say. I just laugh about that. But I do have to say this. When I was a kid, there was this game. It was like a TV show that it was made for kids. It was when the Nintendo first came out, and it was like this little boy who was like the gamer, and he had like this glove he put on and played games with like his hand and stuff, and like broke into NASA, and like the defense department wanted him or whatever. But anyway, he went and won like this pretend like game and won like $20,000, and it was like in an arena. And I remember seeing that and like laughing so hard, going, that is the biggest joke. That'll never happen. Nobody will ever pay to watch people play video games. Why didn't I practice video games when I was a kid? Did you see like that loser? Like, this guy's made so much money, and then there's what's that other, like that idiot Ninja?
Ninja, yeah.
Like,
I should have been sitting on a couch and being out in the real world playing sports and having fun with friends. I should have sat on a couch with a headset on and a gaming controller in my hands.
And just the other thing is, whoever knew that by the end of the decade, people with face tattoos would probably make the most amount of money? Like Tekashi 6ix9ine before he went to jail. What's that Post Malone dude? Some other dude with a face tattoo. And this guy who's the gamer, he has a face tattoo. And, like I said, he made $3 million. And again, he plays video games and has a face tat.
Well, it's good he's good at something, because he's never getting a real job with that.
I'm just so glad I went and got all those that debt and those degrees. They're killing it. I love all of y'all, and remember one thing. If you want to have the best life ever, remember, always stay on top of it. No matter what's going on around you, who cares about the Joneses? Just care about you. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you want to stay on top of the mountain, don't ever get down in them valleys. But when you get down in them valleys, jump back on top of them peaks and do it quickly. How do you do that? And especially if you're a man out there, you have to learn to ask for help. 901-406-1101, 901-406-1101. First time I actually reached out and actually asked for help. You'll see the billboard. You've heard me talk about Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. He'll buy any house, any area, as is, simple as that, guaranteed to close in 5 days. But I will say this, all of us out there have debt, all of us who have a lot of, over 50% of the populations now, like with a college degree, go back and live with their parents. Like, the world is changing. But I will tell you, I, for a long time, if my wife didn't buy my phone, I might not have gotten divorced and had to call Bill, but we'll never know. I did have to call him. But I didn't have to file bankruptcy because in 5 days I had my money. I went into the bank. I paid off the whole entire house, put enough money away, got back on my feet. So when it was time for me to buy a new house, guess what? Had great credit, was able to do it. Bing, bang, boom. Don't foreclose. Don't file bankruptcy. Don't hit rock bottom. Get back on top of those mountains. Call 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. Guaranteed. Just sold Joe house. We'll be right back. I got a couple picks for you, and then I got to say, goodbye. But guess what? It's not going to be the last show of 2019 because I will be back for one more tomorrow. But I got one more segment today. Don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find real sports talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. Their newly renovated drive-in repair shop is open to the public. Whether it'll be your everyday driver, farm equipment, fleet vehicle, or heavy-duty truck, their ASE-certified technicians will get you back on the road. The on-site dyno is ready to run all the necessary diagnostic testing. From preventative maintenance to complete overhauls, Mid-South Power can handle it all. Stop in today at 3288 Mill Branch Road or call 901-396-0710 and online at mid-southpower.com.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails. James Gaddis Jewelers is ready to help you with your holiday shopping through December 31st. Men's wedding bands 20% off, Bulova and Seiko watches 20% off, designer jewelry, Andrea Candela, sterling silver, and 18-karat gold 20% off. Solid yellow gold or white gold earrings 20% off. James Gaddis Jewelers, known for having one of the best selections of fine quality diamonds and bridal rings in the Mid-South. Make your holiday shopping exciting and fun at James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar. James and Linda Gaddis wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday.
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Let's go! This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Hardin.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy ghosts and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs Jackson when you got words?
What is up? Welcome back into Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, and I am your sports mixologist, John Hardin. My man Drew Barrett's with me, and coming up next, we got Wolo and Stats. Yes, we got both of them in studio. Dave's back, going to tell you all the stuff that happened with, that's right, the Cotton Bowl, and there was a lot of magic, and I'm very proud of the boys. But I will say, we talked earlier with Terry Davis, talked a lot about the basketball team, and we're going to be switching gears and getting ready for that because they are 9th in the country. But I do have to address a couple text messages and have to say, a couple of y'all are crazy, man. Couple people said Alabama team of the decade easy. Another one says very good point. Both people. Dabo Swinney has to be it. Look at what Clemson was. Clemsoning used to be a name for failing, and now they could have their 3rd national championship if they can win. I still think LSU's going to win. Who knows? We'll have to see. It'll be interesting. Another guy that went really crazy on his text was like, that was not a catch and fumble. If you slow it down, you can maybe make an argument, but you can do that with any play to fit your argument. But in real time, it was simultaneous action. It was it was in his hands and then almost immediately knocked out, which is not a catch. No, he caught it. He took 3, and I say 4 steps, and then was hit. And after you get hit, as long as the ground doesn't call it, it's called a fumble. Just like they called it a fumble in the damn game, and it should have been a touchdown. If you're a Clemson person and you want to sit there and try to believe some stuff, go right ahead. It would behoove you to just be like, man, we got lucky there. I will say 100% that Brett Venerable and Dabo Swinney outcoached Ryan Day. But you will never get me ever to say that wasn't a catch, man. I mean, are you kidding me? How many steps do you have to take before it's a catch? Like, stop it, y'all. People are making catches so damn complicated. And by the way, Des Bryant did catch the damn ball too. Man. But anyway, and then this is the other one that I got to laugh about it hard. It says, Titans don't stand a chance, bro. Wait a second. Why? Because they're playing the mighty Patriots who just lost to the Dolphins when they had a hell of a lot to play for? A team that's beat up and they need to practice and they need some rest? And you're telling me the Titans, who've had the hottest quarterback, better than Lamar Jackson, that's a fact. You can look it up. Ryan Tannehill has the highest quarterback rating of any quarterback in football, including Lamar Jackson, since he's entered the game. He has been better than any quarterback, period. And Tom Brady is not even in the top 25 this year in QBR. But you're telling me Tom Brady's going to do it? And I should be scared of Tom Brady, who went 12-4 this year? Why should I be scared of a team that doesn't have a Gronk, doesn't have, whoa. Okay, I definitely want to say Aaron Hernandez. No, what weapons do they have that scare you? And by the way, just so you know, this is a team that lost to the Ravens by 17. They lost to the Chiefs by 7. They lost to the Dolphins. They lost to the Dolphins, man. And they lost to the Texans. Oh, wow. They beat the Browns. They beat the Jets. They beat the Giants. They beat the Redskins. They beat the Bills. They beat the Jets. They beat the Dolphins. That's dude, did you hear who I just said they beat this year? They did beat the Eagles and the Cowboys. Is that impressive? They beat the Bengals. Man, I'm telling you, and they beat the Bills. This Patriots team, if this team is impressive to you, I quit. But you know what I'm definitely not going to do is quit, because I'll be back tomorrow. Get out there. Make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace!
In today's evolving workplace, XMC understands the process of getting office work done has moved from the desktop to your pocket. The new Xerox multifunctional printers and Connect Key app technology are game changers. Are you working with confidential information? Does it need to be secure from unwanted threats? Do you need to translate documents to another language? Xerox's App Gallery provides solutions like secure printing and easy translator technology. XMC is the second largest exclusive Xerox agent in the U.S. with 9 locations to serve you. We've been in business for over 25 years and have received top awards from Xerox. In changing our world one experience at a time, our team's committed to doing what's right for your business. XMC is proud to be your leader in document and print management, and it'd be our pleasure to serve you. Contact XMC today at 888-814-3114 or visit our website at xmcinc.com.